Climate inequities have taken a toll with multiple health triggers in the Black community, such as extreme heat and poor air quality, made worse by the recent wildfires. Our work to ensure climate justice and climate equity continues. In the coming weeks and months, you'll be hearing a lot more about our 2025 climate campaign. To learn more about our plans for this year and the companies and organizations supporting us, log on to our website at KBLA1580.com. Caring about the climate, caring about the community, changing the conversation. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Hi, I'm your host, Dr. Caroline Neiford. Welcome to my podcast, Cleaning Up the Mental Mess. Today we are going to talk about trauma and the impact of trauma. And just before we begin, I just want to say I'd love it if you would rate and share this show with your friends and family. It helps me to get this word out and to help people with their mental health and to get our thought life under control. Without our thought life's crazy, our life becomes crazy. Okay, let's dive into trauma. Okay, childhood trauma is a major topic of discussion, we know. It's for a long time now. And it's really, and for good reason, what you experience when you're young really does impact you throughout your life, especially when it's unmanaged. And you're starting to find your place in the world, and the world can have a major impact on our mental and physical health. Well, today I'm going to talk about this concept from a new book that I am bringing out on the 5th of August called Help in a Hurry. And this is chapter 13 of that book, and it's called Help, My Past is Haunting Me. I am so excited about this new book. I've got 18 chapters of gold where I really help you in the moment sort out issues and deal with stuff like help my past is haunting me, and that's about childhood trauma. And then there's ones of how to get help in the moment when maybe you get stuck in black and white thinking or stuck in ruminating thoughts, all kinds of topics. I'll tell you more at the end. But let's dive into chapter 13. So I'm going to be glancing down because I'm working directly from my book. And so if you want more, you can go, it's on pre-order. So you can go and look at the link in the show notes and find out more about the amazing bonuses that we're offering as well. So this one, Help, My Past is Haunting Me, is about childhood trauma. As I said, it's a major topic of discussion. The research on this topic shows just how important adverse childhood experiences are. You've heard of ACEs, ACE, Adverse Childhood Experiences. There was a massive study done in the early 90s, a landmark study done where they actually studied 17,000 individuals, asking them experiences about their childhood, and then they looked at their physical and mental health. And what they found was that when children are exposed to toxic stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, this can have a dramatic impact on their minds, brains, and bodies, which makes sense. You hear me talking on this podcast about the link between the mind, brain, and body. So this study later became known as the Adverse Childhood Experience, or ACE study. And you can go Google this, I'm sure you've heard of this, and you can actually fill in you can go work out your ACE score.
She's just explaining the technical, clinical side of why we're all works in progress. Do you feel me? Now, tonight's topic. The self-civil war. Rewriting the unconscious dictatorship of early childhood modeling. She's talking about ACEs. Adverse childhood experiences. Come on. That's what makes us works in progress. I don't care if you have one parent, 2 parents, somebody broken. I said, Zoe Williams, come in. Hey, relationship's a mirror. I got it from Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti said relationship operates as a mirror. Then I start reading all the clinical work. I go to school for psychology. You know what they say? Oh, wow. Attachment theory. Attachment theory? What? Oh, yeah, and the insecure attachment styles mirror each other. What? Yeah, anxious, preoccupied person is internally avoidant. They don't want to go deal with that internal dictator, the unhealed child. They don't want to go deal with that dictator. They don't want to have a loving, non-confrontational, non-judgmental, self-compassionate, self-empathetic summit with the inner child. They don't want to do that. They want to run for external validation. Approve of me, acknowledge me, say I'm good, say I'm worthy. Well, the same is true in reverse of the avoidant types. They pull away yet long for closeness. They want to be intimate. But they've been conditioned to push intimacy away because it's a threat. Right? My brother Leroy is on the line from Inglewood.
Yes. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes. And so
don't
hurt
me again. Don't hurt me again.
Come on, Slick Rick.
Don't hurt me again. Don't. I'm a teen. It's a teenage love. You know, I'm not mature yet. You know.
Right.
Yeah. I can't watch Kendrick Lamar in the full authenticity of what it represents. I just don't hurt me again. You know, I can't listen to you, Zoda. I can't listen to you. Don't push me in the cave, Zoda. I'm not ready to face what's in that cave, Zoda.
You got to get in that cave. Get in there.
You got me all the way at the tip of the edge of the cave, Zoda. Oh, you slick tonight, baby. I'm loving you tonight. Oh, all the way to the edge. I mean, I'm on the tip of the edge of the cave. And you got Kendrick Lamar's music playing to make me creep on in there. And if I get on in there, I might find out I can get healed. I don't know if I'm ready to get healed, Zoda. I don't know if I'm ready to get healed tonight.
Yeah. No,
all right.
You making some very powerful points here. And I know people are laughing or whatever, but it's real deal. When you think of Kendrick's album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, it was received, had a lukewarm kind of reception. Mm-hmm. You know, this isn't typical of K-Dot. It's like therapy is this. Mm-hmm. Then take it another notch. You had a guy, J. Cole, who was supposed to be his friend, come out and diss him and basically allude to the fact that album was whack.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? This is what I mean by unoriginal, broken people who will judge the best of us who are doing work that is designed to uplift the rest of us. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then come back and then take it back.
By the way, of all people, J. Cole is supposed to be elevated.
One of those guys.
That,
right.
And then he went as low as the other people who you expect to do that, but I didn't mean to interrupt your flow.
No, this is your space. You're 100% right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
100% right.
But when you flowing, brother. I didn't want to interrupt it. I just wanted to just interject right there that J. Cole, of all people, you know, college degree, you know, I think master's degree, if I'm correct, in the space of healing, dealing with the community work, you know, he's involved in those things, and then he goes to the petty with his brother in the craft, so to speak, and then the next thing you know, he awakens this person that's been reserved on purpose.
Right.
And then he starts to unleash this exceptional body of work. Then here comes Drake in on the Kendrick Lamar pettiness tip. On the J. Cole pettiness tip. And then he said, hey, look, I'm not with them. I'm separate from them. I'm beyond them. They are beneath me. I am me. I am. And then he starts on that journey, which is where we're supposed to be.
Right.
We're supposed to be dealing with the I am.
Right.
Right. Not the idea and the ideal that I have been given that helps define my action that I think is me.
Right.
But I'm actually supposed to get to the I am, and I can't get there without you tonight, Zoda.
Man,
Thank you for getting me to the edge of the cave.
Thank you, brother. Leroy from Inglewood. You know what it is. You up to no good. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. We got Justin from Washington, D.C., the capital. What up, fam?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, sorry, I kind of forget the point, but I guess my question is, so I definitely have a more Jungian approach to psychology where
come on,
more
Carl.
Positive perspective.
Get in here, Carl. Talk to us.
But I would say that, so what's the solution, right? I mean, we realize what the problem is. Mm-hmm. I think that we understand that the negativity in the Black community, negativity relationships, they exist. Mm-hmm. Is it a crisis of pride and the absence of discernment that is not instilled within us, that we can't make the better choice, let alone when we make those choices, that we don't have the ability to be submittal to our rash decisions when we come to them and then make further improved choices after that.
Very interesting. Let me ask you a question about discernment. Is our discernment better when we are observing others, or is it better when we are observing ourselves? And when I say better, I'm saying, are we more efficient and effective at observing who other people are, ascertaining who they are, than we are looking at ourselves and understanding ourselves? What say you?
Well, neither. Because if we don't have a baseline, then our whole viewpoint is just off.
Well, wouldn't yourself be the baseline?
Well, yourself would be the baseline, but as a point of reference, right?
Right, that's your baseline. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
My baseline is me, but if my discernment is based on a stable relationship of a couple of 50 years or however long, then I know that works.
You have to remember, time isn't an indicator of stability, but I hear you.
That's true.
Do you see how you kind of boxing yourself in, and I'm trying to give you space to not do that. So I want you to really think clearly about your answers. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, I agree that I'm gonna box myself in on what I believe, right? In a sense, time is not an indicator. I think that we do realize what actually accounts as a healthy relationship, which probably might answer the second part of your question, as in us being the first part of your question being us an indicator of what counts as healthy. But that still comes to the fact of, like, we have to have a reference.
So
we have to have a path to follow.
I hear where you're going, but I don't want you to convolute the thought here. A healthy relationship, if we're just looking at it from a psychological space, healthy doesn't mean perfect. That's number one, right? Healthy doesn't mean perfect, and it doesn't mean devoid of conflict. That's number two. Healthy means you have two people that, when wrong, can be corrected. When communicating, they can listen, take turns, they can actively engage in a listening space with empathy and understanding. This is health right here. You have people that are not engaging in manipulation tactics to extrapolate power and control over the other person, right? This is what healthy is. It has nothing to do with time. Because Big Mama and them could have been in a relationship for 65 years and using and manipulating each other and lying and doing everything. gaslighting, stonewalling, hiding money, everything. But when we talk about healthy, we're talking about conscious people who are aware of their own flaws, who are personally accountable for those flaws, who are apologetic sincerely when they trespass against the feelings of their significant other. This is health, right? This is a quote unquote high functioning relationship, right? Now, that's a rarity. Sorry to say it. That's a rarity. We live in a society that created a concept that said it's cheaper to keep her. And then we saw that concept. We saw the pendulum swing on that concept. And the ladies are now saying it's cheaper to keep him because he's getting alimony now. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Is this making sense to you, brother?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess playing devil's advocate, I guess the question is, does a relationship have to be perfect to be good for you?
Never.
Does a relationship have? Yes.
Never. So this goes back to your initial question. You said youngin' and solution based. Well, the solution was in the damn title. The title of the show, The Self-Civil War. Rewriting the unconscious dictatorship of early childhood modeling. If you model toxicity, if the child was abused or neglected or whatever in a negative situation, that inner child, that trauma, is in the genes, it's in the body. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it is in your adult relationships playing itself out through coping mechanisms. You got to go to war. That's your answer. But see, you know how we got it flipped. We go to war with our partner. First off, we don't know how to articulate our pain. Many of us don't. We don't know how to speak on our pain. We don't know what to name our pain. And most of us damn near haven't even claimed our pain. Do you understand? And we damn sure ain't gonna name a culprit. Ooh. You hear that? Name the culprit. Justin, were you hurt at some point in childhood?
Well, I mean, obviously, yes. I mean, I think everyone's been hurt.
No, we're not talking about everyone, Justin. We're talking about you. You just think on it for a second. When we come forward, we going back to the Capitol.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
They can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips, I am a revolutionary.
On Saturday, February 22nd, you are invited to A Night with the Panthers, a special fundraiser dedicated to supporting Black Panther veterans who now require assistance with essential needs such as medicine, food, and housing. These Black Panther veterans championed human rights, fed the hungry, educated the community, and stood as powerful symbols of resistance and resilience. Despite their incredible sacrifices, loving and serving the people did not come with retirement plans or financial security. So, now it's our time to honor their legacy and ensure that they are cared for with the dignity they deserve. You can help by attending and supporting A Night with the Panthers, Saturday, February 22nd, 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Project 43 Team Post Center, 6841 Crenshaw Boulevard, Los Angeles. For more information, contact Black Panther Party Breakfast at gmail.com or call 707-554-2784. That's Black Panther Party Breakfast at gmail.com or call 707-554-2784. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
You carry a lot. The needs of your family and friends, the responsibilities of work and home, and that doesn't stop when your period starts. New Always Ultra Thin pads are designed to keep up with your busy life. When an unexpected gush hits, you need to trust that your pad has your back and your flow. With new and improved rapid dry technology, Always Ultra Thin now absorbs 3 times faster than the leading size 2 store brand pad, so you can feel cleaner, drier, and fresher. Always Ultra Thin. Always gush ready.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Never missing a beat, yeah. Boy, was it neat, yeah. Not just knee deep, she was totally deep when she did the freak with me. Never missing a beat, yeah. Boy, was it neat, yeah. The girl's a freak, the girl never misses a beat, yeah, yeah. Not just knee deep, she was totally deep when she did the freak with me.
It didn't twerk, no.
It wasn't funky no more.
The conscious mind is a creative mind. The subconscious mind is a programmed mind, a habit mind. I'd like to discuss the nature about how our life has been programmed and how these programs control our life, our vitality, and our behavior in the world. Recognize this. If you buy a new computer and you turn it on, the built-in operating system prepares it to work. But if there are no programs in that computer, then the computer can't really do anything. Well, let's now relate this to a child. When the brain develops, it's got an operating system, but there are no programs in it. So nature created the first 7 years of our lives to download behaviors by observing our parents, our siblings, and our community. And in this way, a child can learn all the behavioral characteristics necessary to be a functional member of a family and a functional member of a community. Well, however, since we are downloading the programs by observing other people, what happens if we download programs from our parents or our family and siblings that are not very positive programs, that are actually very negative programs that have an adverse effect on our health? Well, it turns out science has revealed that during the first 7 years of our life, our brain is designed to download programs just by observing other people. It's a state of hypnosis, which is a characteristic of a brain frequency called theta, which is just below consciousness. The first 7 years of a child's life is installing the programs that when consciousness kicks in at around age 7, consciousness has use of programs to create the behavior in their relationships, in their family, community, etc. We now know about 70% of those programs that we download from others are negative and disempowering and even self-sabotaging. And as we go through our life, you'd say, well, where are these programs? I say, well, they're in the subconscious mind. And then you say, but what's the other mind? I say, the conscious mind, that's the one that kicks in at age 7. That mind is connected to your personal identity, your spirituality. And the difference between the two is profound. The conscious mind is a creative mind. The subconscious mind is a programmed mind, a habit mind. So I say, why is it relevant? I say, well,
Man, Bill Lipton. If you haven't read his book, The Biology of Belief, you might want to grab it. Bruce Lipton. Biology of Belief, one of my favorite books. I've read it about 6 times. It's an amazing work. But we've got Justin from Washington, D.C., and I left him with a profound question. Justin, do you remember the question? Brother Justin. Justin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Come on, brother. You remember the question?
Yeah, was I heard? Yeah. I think I would say... Yeah, but I mean, in the past, but I can't, so I guess the question is like, I can't really do anything about that, right? I can only provide a solution base for it.
That is doing something. I don't want you to talk in circles, Justin. You just said I can't really do anything, but what I can do is provide a solution base. That is a contradiction. So the question is, what do you think would be your solution to being hurt?
I think acceptance of what you
Come on.
change.
Yeah, now we cooking, right? What is yours to control, right? You can only control that which is yours to control. We're going to accept some things. Yes. But if there is something that you think you could change, what would it be? How would you go about doing it? How would you look into that? Like, you would have to take some type of audit of slights, of hurts, of moments where you weren't properly emotionally attuned or somebody didn't give you the attunement you needed, correct?
Correct. But as I'm definitely an absolutionist, that everything that made me today is consistent of all the failures, all the benefits, all the good, all the bad. And I can't reach, humility without all those things.
What I'm not going to do is allow you to marginalize and bottom line it. Because I can hear the discomfort even in your rationale. I hear the Kanye lyrics. Stay with me. When we come forward, I got to go back to D.C. because that's my brother, Justin.
And when she did, she set the world on fire. The little girl's the freak of the week. When she did, she gave me happy feet. Ooh, she's the freak of my desire. When she did, she set the world on fire. She gave me happy feet. She's the freak of the week.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. A judge is blocking the Trump administration from sending 3 Venezuelan migrants to Guantanamo Bay. The migrants held in New Mexico raised concerns after similar transfers began. Leaked documents say ICE plans a large-scale immigration crackdown in Los Angeles before February ends. While enforcement has increased nationwide, LA has not seen major action yet. Protests continue against Trump's mass deportation strategy. Tiger Woods is withdrawing from the PGA event he hosts in California as he mourns his mother's passing. He said on X he planned to play but is not ready. Woods still hopes to attend the Genesis Invitational later this week and thanked his fans for their support. And Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass's wildfire recovery czar, Steve Soboroff, will now work for free after backlash over his $500,000 salary for 90 days. His pay was originally set to come from charities. I'm Amber Payton on the Black Information Network, your home for Black News First.
Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Are you a recent college graduate with a dream of getting a high-paying job in sales? A job where you can grow a lucrative career in multi-platform audio, digital, podcast, social media, and local events, along with world-class training and career growth opportunities. KBLA Talk 1580, located in historic Leimert Park, is currently hiring entry-level account executives for outside sales. Join a team featuring radio hosts Tavis Smiley, Dr. Cornell West, Jesse Jackson Jr., D.L. Hughley, Dr. Nee Cordelai Corte, Zoe Williams, and our very own Dominique DePrima. For more information on attending our upcoming career fair, contact SMB at KBLA1580.com today.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
Time is up. The IRS is in full collection mode for 2024, issuing liens, levies, and garnishments to anyone who has a past tax debt or unfiled tax returns. Don't wait till it's too late. Your paycheck and bank accounts are at risk of being seized. Call now and stop the collection process today. If you're living check to check, no matter how much you're making, you still may qualify for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax debt. It's just a 5-minute call to get your options, and it's free. If you owe back taxes, have years of unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to sleep better, business or personal, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief while there's still time. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and tough. This veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-652-1714. That's 800-652-1714. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-652-1714 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Individual results may vary. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've struggled to lose weight in the past, this important message is for you because you could lose as much as 50 pounds or more with Zelfie. Zelfie makes it easy and affordable to get weight loss treatment 100% online. Zelfie providers can prescribe FDA-approved GLP-1 weight loss medications clinically shown to help people lose weight like Wegovy, Zepbound, and others. Plus, help get the medication covered by insurance, so it's as little as $0 a month.
The doctors are super helpful, and the meds have been a game changer. It's the first program I've had success with.
Before Zelfie, I was unable to lose weight, even though I was eating healthy and exercising 6 days a week. Zelfie helped me not only lose weight, but I feel so much better.
Text GOAL to 200-300 to get started today with Zelfie and see if weight loss medications like Wegovy or Zepbound are right for you. Don't wait. Text now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text GOAL to 200-300. That's GOAL to 200-300. GOAL to 200-300.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
The scientists found that the intuitive insight that occurs in the conceptual region is recorded as a burst of gamma brainwave energy. Gamma waves indicate enhanced thinking, increased intelligence, improved focus, and increased energy. This higher experience results in more tolerance and compassion. Steiner calls this burst of higher energy the impulse of freedom. I wrote the philosophy of freedom in order to give humanity a clear picture of the idea of freedom, of the impulse of freedom. The main idea in the philosophy of freedom is Steiner's idea of freedom. This idea of freedom is not a dry intellectual concept that defines free will. Instead, it is an impulse that is full of life, what neuroscience describes as an energizing flash of insight.
Deep stuff. I'm here to challenge us all to go deeper into ourselves. Is it at all a mystery that our significant others don't truly know who we are? They just know what we tell them about ourselves, and vice versa. I know you guys are hip to Sun Tzu, right? The Art of War. In the internal battlefield of your psyche, if the enemy is the collection of unhealed childhood wounds and conditioned responses, i.e. coping mechanisms, how does truly knowing these inner adversaries empower you to reclaim command over your life narrative? Well, Sun Tzu teaches that knowing the enemy and oneself leads to victory. See, we think we can have relationship victory by neglecting ourselves simultaneously. Like we can neglect ourselves and still have relationship victory. You cannot. Right? Relationship is a self-knowledge machine. You get into a relationship and parts of yourself that were hitherto not known by you are revealed to you just by virtue of being in a relationship. I did say hitherto. Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Strange. right? Can you map the intricate terrain of your inner world to identify which parts of your identity are authentically yours and which are imposed by early modeling, thereby turning hidden vulnerabilities into strategic strengths? You have to go to war with yourself. Do you understand? You have to. And usually going to war with yourself is, let me just say this in the nicest way. Sometimes going to war with yourself is going to war with the ideas of who you thought your parents should be or should have been to you. How many of you struggle with loving your mother or father authentically because they weren't who you thought they should have been to you? That's a self-war front where you have to go in and conquer that demon. Do you understand? You have to let that go. You say, what's the solution? Well, the solution is simple. In this war with oneself, one does not war in the contemporary way. You don't go in fighting. The art of war. The highest form of war is to not have to go to war. Acceptance. Releasing, accepting, and flowing. Do you understand? It's interesting, right? If every internal battle against conditioned attachment is a confrontation with a well-known foe, your own past. Did you hear it? Let me do it again. If every internal battle against conditioned attachment is a confrontation with a well-known foe, your own past, what tactics can you deploy to disarm the power of external validation and transform these old patterns into allies rather than adversaries? Excuse me. How do you turn these into allies rather than adversaries? This is a heavy space to be in. But many of us are there, and we expect our partners to pick up the slack. Our own internal slack, as well as what our parents could not do for us. It's not their job. It's your job to become the whole, real you. Within each human heartbeat trembles a hidden battlefield where unhealed wounds, conditioned responses, and unconscious attachments wage a silent yet relentless civil war. In a world that prizes outward achievement, few pause to explore the internal terrain shaped by early experiences and the relentless pursuit of external validation. J. Krishnamurti once urged, "The enemy is not the other, the enemy is you." A call that challenges us to confront the silent adversaries residing in our own psyche. The mind, sculpted by childhood traumas and cultural scripts, finds itself locked in conflict with inherited dependency. Dr. David R. Hawkins illuminated subtle energies that perpetuate these internal dynamics, revealing how parental modeling and societal expectations bind us to familiar patterns. Like Sun Tzu charting the battlefield, we must map our inner terrain to identify these forces, which might help us to transform vulnerabilities into strategic strengths that can foster genuine autonomy. Autonomy from what? Autonomy from the model. If the model gives shape to your identity, do you see? If that is what happens, the model gives you your identity, then is it yours? Have you ever experienced freedom within yourself? And will you ever be able to experience freedom with another? What do I mean by freedom? You think clingy and dependency and ownership and mine is part of love. And it isn't. It's actually toxic and anti-love. You couldn't sacrifice yourself for the good of another. And I'm talking about your significant other. I would sacrifice myself for you. If you can't do that, we can argue if you could if you even have the capacity to love. Because that's what love is. It's unconditional. We've got a lot to talk about. And I got a caller on the line, and I want to get him in here. Wait. Attila, get back in here. When we come forward, we're going to holler at Attila and John. Let's go.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's here, Mr. Johnson.
Okay, thank you very much. Granny, they're expecting you. You're a little late, so come right this way. Start right in, okay?
What? Say it now.
Yes.
Say it now. Yes. Me and the Ohio player's gonna tell you about a worm. He's the funkiest worm in the world. Okay, sing it, fellas.
There's a worm in the ground, yes it is.
That's right. That's right.
He is 6 feet down.
6 feet down.
Hey, the funk is real tonight. The voice of reason had to keep it hella funky tonight. I had to acknowledge the homie. Come on, Kendrick. I had to acknowledge the homie Kendrick. He kept it so funky. Super Bowl Sunday. Did the realest Super Bowl halftime show we've ever seen. Had to give him love on that. Had to approve of it. But it also gave me an opportunity to urge you guys to keep it funky. Go ahead, Andy.
Now that the Super Bowl is over, can we play Drake?
No. Not on this show. I just can't go back. And I wasn't a big Drake fan to begin with. So to begin with, I was like, meh. But then you going to come in tripping? Oh, no. We done. Okay, cool. All right. Let me... Attila from Houston, Texas is on the line. Attila, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Tio, okay, first of all, I love this topic. Love anything that has to do with inner work, even though it's painful. But I wanted to point out one of the things that you said. It was question number 4, the second question, number 4. And you said, if you were to win the war against your childhood programming, would you still recognize yourself, or would total liberation feel like an annihilation of everything familiar, including your sense of identity? Child, I read that and I said, now self, he's speaking. He's spitting, because it's true. It would be the total annihilation of everything familiar. But I feel like even when you lose, you win when it comes to inner work.
But
like there really is no loss.
Mm-hmm. This is like an intoxicating shackle. So if you can imagine the shackles the slaves wore had an intoxicating element to it. See, when you're talking about your identity, it's like, no, I can't get rid of that. It's me. This is who I am, right?
Okay, so I'll say this then. I feel like when you start to feel that way, then you really start to quote unquote lose things. It seems like everything goes away from you at that point. Relationships, jobs, whatever. Like, I feel like if I cling too tight to things, then they will leave in some sort of way. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel like that's a bad thing, and I don't fear it anymore, because I realize that there's, number one, there's a lot more freedom on the other side of losing that specific thing. But also, who said I owned it?
Come on. I love it. I love it.
Who said that?
Sometimes you got to gain everything to recognize that having everything ain't really having nothing.
That, but then also, like you said, what you wanted, right? Maybe it just wasn't enough, right?
That's why you got to gain it. Like, let me go get it. And then you go get it, you realize, oh, there's obsolescence on having things.
Yes. Not only is there obsolescence, but there's hella lessons, okay?
Hella lessons.
My butt. You hear me? But no, I appreciate you, and I love this topic. So thank you.
Thank you, Attila. You brought Houston, Texas in the building. We're going to jump over to the Big Island. What up, John? Pastor John, what's the deal?
Well, first off, I like Attila's viewpoint and perspective on what she just stated. And you can tell them you're not scared and say you're not scared at the same time. You just ain't got to tell them, really.
You just ain't got to tell them. I love that, brother.
And I knew these radios was going to go off. I knew it. But let me say this real quick, because, again, maybe the simple fact is can we repurpose it?
Sure. Why not?
I mean, granted, it may not be the tool you want to use, but it's the tool that's been given to you so you could bless yourself with it.
How about it?
The general don't have to be the general. He can actually be a faithful soldier to you.
I love that. Yes. I love that, brother. And I think you can repurpose it.
Because the simple fact is this is a person who's been with you all your life. This is the one that knows your ins and outs, your ups and downs. So why wouldn't that human being want to protect the most precious portion of you and tell you at the same time, get your punk butt up?
I hear you, Pastor John. Pastor John, man, it's good to hear your voice on this Monday, brother. I appreciate every time you call in, man. Thanks, man. Guess what you just did?
Nope. Mountain View's in the house. Let me get to these radios. I'm still at the job.
Yes, sir. We love y'all, man. Let me just do this real quick. So when the fires broke out, you guys all heard, my family was deeply affected by it. We lost 7 properties. And, I have a morning podcast on Mondays, and I brought some of my family members on to, promote their GoFundMe pages. It's been tough. And, in, assessing the damage and trying to figure out friends and family, people who are affected up in Altadena, it came to my attention. Hey, man, our 2 oldest brothers are missing. I'm the youngest of 6, 4 boys, 2 sisters. And, of course, the sisters call me because they don't live in town. They live in the South. They like, hey, it's on you to go find them. We found one maybe 3 weeks ago. My cousin gave me the call, sent me a picture. Here he is. He's over here. He's good. I was like, all right, he don't look good, but he's good. Okay, he's alive. Then I think it was yesterday, day before yesterday, Saturday. It was Saturday. My oldest sister called. My second oldest sister called and said, hey, we heard from our oldest brother who was missing the longest. And he reached out. And I guess he just didn't, it's a lot going. I don't want to get into his personal stuff, but he's the one that's on the streets, homeless, and struggling with some major illness. But we're happy that he reached out. And I just want to thank Dominique DePrima, Tavis Smiley, KBLA, Survivors, nonprofit organization who put their names on all of their police and houseless databases. So if they checked in anywhere, that information would come back to them and then to me. I just want to say thanks to everybody that showed love. The KBLA fans, listeners, you guys reached out, showed love. I love y'all for that. The family is back intact. I appreciate everybody for tonight. Thanks again, and I'll see y'all tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces! Get it on. Jungle Boogie. Jungle Boogie. Get it on. Jungle Boogie.